Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Chase and Allen Talks. We are here to talk about UFC 165 and other MMA topics. Greatness within reach. I like that they have a tagline for this pay-per-view. Don't you, Allen?
Yeah, although I think the commercializing of this pay-per-view is kind of crappy in a way.
Oh, yeah, the commercials are terrible. Like, what happened to these
I
epic...
just feel like
Wait, what were you going to say?
I saw they just talk about Gustafsson's size and reach, and then they just repeatedly say it. I guess that's a smart thing to do, but I kind of find it a bit lame.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and the commercials, they're not even like exciting UFC commercials like back in the day where they just hype up everything. It's more like, yeah, it's cool seeing John Jones going, let's go. But other than that, it's so lame just going, John Jones taking on Alexander Gustafsson for the UFC light heavyweight title. I'm like, God, that's so boring. What happened to these epic commercials? I hope we get better commercials moving on forward. For the UFC, but we got the official fight card. Not really too many notable names in this undercard. I see Chris Clements, Mike Ricci is taking on Miles Jury. So some decent fights in this undercard.
I think he might get cut if he loses.
Oh no, not Menjivar. We can't have Menjivar get cut.
I'm trying to see. Oh no, never mind. No, he just lost to Faber. That's not fair. I thought he lost like 3 in a row for some reason. Never mind.
All right, he's fine then. Now we get on to we will start off with the main card where Strikeforce veteran, also former UFC veteran, and guy who loves marijuana, and Allen, this guy must love this. Now he's allowed to smoke more marijuana than ever and not get busted for it. Pat Healy.
Yeah, man, Pat Healy. Well, I don't know if he's a top contender, but I was really impressed by his fight in Jim Miller. I don't know about manhandling him, but he beat him pretty definitively.
Yeah, and it became it became a no contest because of marijuana. And I'm glad that I'm not a big weed smoker, but I'm glad that the athletic commission has now let them at least smoke a little bit of marijuana, not like a shit ton, because I guess it helps some fighters. I don't know.
They're way too strict about it.
Yeah. So I'm glad they kind of like let it loose a little bit. But he's facing off a very interesting prospect, I would like to say, in Khabib, and I have to say his full name because I love his middle name, Abdul Manapopovich Nurmagomedov. Okay,
that's a perfect way of saying it.
Yeah, I worked on that pronunciation before we got on the show because I knew I was going to butcher it if I didn't. But this guy is an impressive prospect, undefeated in his MMA career. He's gone through some decent lightweights, I should say, like Gleison Tebow, Thiago Tavares, Kamal Shalaroos, who was also very hyped up. So I really like this kid, this Khabib. I really do like him. I feel he has a bright future in the lightweight division. Is this a trap fight for him, Allen? Would you say this is his trap fight? Because Pat Healy, he's no joke. This guy, Pat Healy, is a veteran. He's not a guy to sleep on.
I think it's a trap fight because I don't see Healy as exactly a gatekeeper. Like I was thinking if I would say Donald Cerrone, like unfortunately I think now Cerrone's becoming a gatekeeper as talented as he is. I think Healy, he wins 2 more fights, he can get a title shot as crazy as it sounds. And it's very hard to finish Jim Miller. The way Healy did, I was like, wow, this guy could be signing this division because Jim Miller is no joke. So no, I don't see this as a trap fight. I see this as a fight is seeing if he's for real right now.
Yeah, because he has gone through some decent lightweights. This is, I would say, probably a step up from what he's going. He recently got put in, I believe, like May. He was ranked number 10 in the lightweight world. So he's someone that I'm very interested in, and I cannot wait to see what this fight's going to produce. I got Khabib winning this fight because I think Pat Healy is going to be hard to get away from, like just to put away. I got Khabib winning this in pretty much via UD. I think a unanimous decision win for Khabib.
Yeah, I'm going with Khabib here, although I kind of went back and forth this one. This is my actually favorite final card just because I think it's going to be very competitive and I'm expecting a war between these two guys. And you notice that I think these are 2 of the bigger lightweights.
These are big boys.
Pat Healy's probably the biggest lightweight, if anything. So, yeah, I think this is going to be not fast-paced in a way, but, I don't think we're going to see much stalling. We're going to see 2 guys in their face, pushing the pace. And I don't know. Who do you think gets more takedowns? I think Khabib
I think Khabib will get more takedowns than Pat Healy. Pat Healy's good off his back, so he will get reversals, but I don't think he's going to get that much takedowns.
No, I got Nurmagomedov in UD.
Yep.
Possibly fight tonight.
Yeah, it could be the fight of the night because these two are going to try to put on a show. So there's also this fight card has a lot of guys that are just like on the rise or like recreating their careers and doing a great job with it. So I'm very interested in this fight card. Like I said, this is probably one of the best fight cards in a while because up next we got Costa Philippou, who pretty much ever since the loss to, I believe it was Nick Catoni at like UFC so far ago, he has just been on a rise. His biggest win against Court McGee that sent Court McGee pretty much back down to the welterweight division. He was the one that made Court McGee say, "Yeah, I'm not staying in this middleweight division." And then he got a big win over Tim Bosch. I was impressed by his win with Tim Bosch. He has been pretty much recreating his career, while Francis Cormont has been one of these hype trains that come along. I mean, David Lozow hype train, I would say. He hasn't really fought anyone interesting to me since coming to the UFC. So I'm not really buying in on Cormont. I think Costas Philippou will win this fight. And I feel he will win in a third round TKO.
I think both fighters are coming with a lot of buzz. But the issue is Cormont is his last two fights, you can very well say he kind of lost those fights, especially the fight with Lorenz Larkin.
Yeah.
It's pretty ruined. And even Tom Lawler, it was like, what's going on here? Like maybe Lawler could have beaten him. Both his fights, I'm just noticing a lot of clinching and not much substance with Cormont. Well, Philippou, as much as I want to see his fight with Jacare, unfortunately got injured, but he's been impressive for the past year. He went 3-0 in 2012. I know he hasn't fought all year, but he's looked very dominant recently. So, and like we said, finishing Tim Bosch is very difficult. So he definitely has some power. Yeah, I definitely like Philippou in this fight, but for some reason, you think Cormont maybe could. I don't know if he's gonna grapple with him. And he's just gonna. I expect a lot of clinching.
This guy does train with Chick Congo, so we might see that boring clinch shit.
Yeah, I just think for some reason I can see him trying to gain points off of just positioning and pace. While Philippou's just gonna try to KO him. So
yeah.
This could be as much as I don't like Cormont. I think he's been disappointing. He could somehow make this an ugly fight and get it to a decision. But I think at the end of the day, Philippou's proven that with his dirty boxing, he could probably get the finisher. So I'm gonna go second round KO.
Yeah, because I just haven't been impressed with Francis Cormont. I mean, he's a great talent, no doubt. But his most impressive wins are like against Magnus, whatever his last name was, and that Carlos guy. Like,
where just cut.
Yeah, where exactly? Like you said, the Tom Lawler fight. Oh my god, I think I was like probably dazed and confused after that fight. I was like, wait, what's going on? No, they're fighting. Oh, I'm tired, and I think I may have taken a nap during that fight. So yeah, he wasn't impressive at all in his last two fights. I just think Costas Philippou has been impressive. So do you think Costas Philippou after this fight he should go fight Jacare?
Well, that fight was originally supposed to happen. Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. But I hear Jacare might go to 205. But, a lot of these middleweights, they want to transition at 205. It's like,
did Anderson sit him down saying, "Look, Jacare, you my friend. I don't want to fight you. So go middle, go light heavyweight, beat the John Jones." Did Anderson just pretty much tell him like, don't go to what next? Is Leo Machida going to go down to welterweight?
Oh man, could you imagine that?
I mean, he can make the weight. Machida.
All he has to do is drink urine for 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. No, he can make the weight at welterweight. Machida, he has a lot of body fat on him. He wasn't like when you saw him at 205, it wasn't like he was like, oh, look at those 6-pack abs and all that other stuff. Like he could easily make welterweight. We've seen 205s make it a welterweight. Look, if this motherfucker can fight BJ Penn at a big time weight, I'm pretty sure he can make a heavyweight. I believe they fought BJ Penn and him. So,
do you just think though with Philippou that it kind of a little bit hyping up in a way? Maybe not the UFC in general, but we think fans are just hyping him up. This guy's like the new killer in the middleweight division.
Yeah, probably. He needs more big wins against top 10 opponents to really be a threat. You know, he's like that perfect guy. Like let's say if Anderson Silva wasn't supposed to fight Chris Weidman again. And let's say Chris Weidman, he got through, I don't know how he would get through, but he got through Vitor. Okay, he beat Vitor. Philippou wins one fight, and then you say, all right, Weidman, you're facing Philippou. Just to see if how serious Philippou is.
I just realized he beat at Ring of Combat. He beat Uriah Hall. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So next fight, I think is the as I like to call it the disappointing heavyweights headline.
Oh yeah, the Ultimate Fighter reunion over here between Brendan the Hybrid Schaub, who was doing good for a little bit, but then just fell off, taking on a man who cannot stop talking on Twitter and getting suspended from the UFC, Matt Mitrione.
A.K.A.
Meathead?
Long-lost brother.
Yeah, my long-lost brother, because I do kind of look like him, apparently. I look like too many people here. Like, one person said I looked like Johnny Manziel, and I was like, what? No.
Really?
Yeah, some kids said, like, some kids said with my curly hair and stuff like that I kind of looked like a chubby version of him, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll take it.
You know, maybe we'll get to Chase Oliver a minute. We'll do it from now on. You know, that Mitrione. No, but both these guys, they came into into their careers. They were winning fights. You know, Schwab, he was beating guys like Gonzaga and Krokop, and Mitrione. Well, he was beating Kimbo Slice.
he wasn't really being the top guys like Brendan Schaub. Brendan Schaub, though, you thought he was going to be more impressive because after that Roy Nelson, because remember when he first fought Roy Nelson, he was very inexperienced. Yeah. It wasn't like he was had all this fight time. He was 4 fights into his UFC career minus for what he did inside the Ultimate Fighter house. So really, to be honest, you thought the ceiling is so high for him, but ever since that loss to Nogueira in Brazil, I just said, you know what, this is Brandon the Truth Bearer 2.0. He's Brandon the Truth Bearer 2.0. So much talent, such a high ceiling, but he can't get over the hump. And you don't know why. You just don't know why he can't get over the hump. So
you think maybe I remember he mentioned this before. I think when he lost to Rothwell, he was considering going down to 205. You think maybe he'll be better light heavyweight?
I think he would be a solid light heavyweight as long as he makes that decision and he doesn't say, "Oh, I'm a hybrid fighter," just because his nickname is hybrid and all this other stuff. As long as he stays at 205, I say make a move to 205. There's a lot of guys that would be willing to fight him at 205. Maybe Chuck Liddell can come out of retirement just for shits and giggles. Yeah, why not? Sure. Put him at 205.
Crazy thing about Schwab is, I'm looking at the Nogueira and Rothwell losses that, he looked good early on. Those first few minutes, he was tagging Nogueira, and I think he tagged Rothwell. But then the issue is he gets so aggressive, and then boom,
he gets caught.
Yeah, and I know he beat LeVar Johnson last fight.
But that's LeVar Johnson.
Taking him down. Well, LeVar Johnson, he was on roids, but I just think both guys. So they came in with a lot of hype. I know Mitrione, he didn't have a lot of good wins. Beat Christian Mark, big deal. But Mitrione, he had a nice streak going. Just both these guys, they were doing well, and then you put them against veterans like. Mitrione fought Congo and he fought Nelson, and he lost both those fights. It's like,
well, the Congo fight was more like Congo was just kind of laying there, and the referee was doing a bad job reffing. So
yeah, and the thing was, and also for me, Mitrione, he was just remember that fight. He was just trying to. He was chasing him.
Yeah.
And get him in a corner, and he just couldn't connect. And then eventually got taken down, but. This fight is a toss-up. I'm leaning towards Schwab just because I think Schwab is more well-rounded and he has actual power. Mm-hmm. And I could actually see Schwab actually finishing the fight. And I don't know how good he is on the ground, Schwab, because we saw a metamorphosis that obviously has a lot of work to do. But I don't know. I just feel like he's more well-rounded. He has more weapons compared to Mitrione.
Yeah, same here. I feel Mitrione is like a lesser version of Roy Nelson. He has power in his hands, but his striking is not as crisp as Roy Nelson's. Because Roy Nelson is a lot of people don't understand this. He's an accomplished striker. Roy Nelson is an accomplished striker in MMA. Matt Mitrione, I just see him kind of flailing his hands. He's not really that crisp with his striking. He has great power. He just needs to know how to equate that power throughout the whole fight.
Yeah, he just can't connect. That's the thing. You know, you look at the Nelson fight too. Just he moves a lot. I like how Mitchell moves around. He has underrated hand speed, but for some reason his timing is just off, and that's the problem with him.
Yeah. He has the possibility of knocking out Schaub because Schaub doesn't have like the strongest chin ever.
Yeah, his chin is so.
Like once you like if Schaub I feel like Schaub he can get caught if Schaub has him in the corner. He has him against the cage. Schaub's going to get too aggressive and say, oh, I'm going to start throwing kicks for some reason. He throws a kick, he misses it, and then Mitrione can catch him at a perfect opportunity. Or just like the Chuck Liddell, Rich Franklin will come into mind where he just randomly hits him with a random punch and eyes roll back in the head. Brandon Schaub's playing stanky leg in his head, and then all of a sudden he's down. No, that's what I call it. When you get knocked out, you do a stanky leg.
That's what Rashad did.
Mm-hmm.
Against Rashid. But I'm actually going with Schwab. You know, I was thinking a decision first, but I'm actually going to go 3rd round TKO. I just think like Schwab is just going to do enough.
I'll go with Schwab too, but I'm going to go with what you were predicting first decision. I think this is going to go unanimous because I find Matt Mitrione, he can take punishment from weaker, less power fighters. I don't see Brandon Schaub as a power fighter at all in the heavyweight division. That's why I think light heavyweight would actually make a good move for him.
Yeah, and I'm shocked he didn't do it because I forgot what fight. Maybe it was a Rockhold fight, but he weighed in like at 230. It's like, you know, can't drop 25 pounds, you know. It's like, come on now. But I don't know. Maybe.
Like, to be honest, I think that the thing was, like, Dana just said, like, look, kid, you know, it's too early to make this career choice and all this other stuff. See what you're going to do next and all that other stuff. I think if he does lose to Mitrione, it's definitely a guarantee he will drop down.
Yeah, because that'll be 3rd loss in 4 fights. It's just crazy. After he knocked out Crow Cup, there was a lot of hype around him. And then, you know, and like you said, it looked good against Nugget those first 2 minutes, and then that was it. Just both these guys, like I said, it's like their careers have fallen off. It's like, I think the difference is whoever wins this fight, you know, maybe they'll get a top 10 guy who's coming off a loss soon, while the other guy will be probably like, you know, Pat Barry, where he just, you know, just an entertaining guy at this point.
Yeah, he's just could one of them actually fight Pat Barry if they lost this fight?
No, Pat Barry just got a fight with Saul Paleli in I think it was the December card in Australia, headlined by Bigfoot and Mark Hunt. But
okay, how is Bigfoot
he's getting asked out first?
How the fuck is Bigfoot getting another main event again? Did Dana not learn his lesson? Don't put that fucker in main events.
You know. Then again, Jake Shields is main event.
Yeah. With Damian Maia, which is actually the next card after this great card.
We got to talk about that, oh boy. But this part, you know, still obviously I want to survive, but 2 title fights, you know, just like last year.
Toronto gets all the good shit, man.
Yeah, unbelievable. You know, I remember that one card. Remember, I think it was in Houston. They did Aldo Florian and Edgar Maynard.
Yeah, that was in Houston. Yeah, I remember that. That was a good card too. The Aldo Florian match was actually really good. I think a lot of people don't really look at that fight as good, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, Kenny Flo, I remember you saying how, you know, like his weight cut was just ridiculously hard, and he didn't come in 100%. But these fighters, man, you know, coming in 100%, GSP, I remember he said, it's like, if you come in 100%, you didn't train as hard, you know?
Yeah.
Been 70, 80% at this point.
Yeah, because in all honesty, Kenny Florian is one of those guys. He was always a good fighter, but he just choked under the big pressure. He just choked. Well, also yeah. Well, he's like Uriah Faber. Uriah Faber's Kenny Florian 2.0. But Raynon Barao is making his 2nd title defense against Eddie Wineland. This is an exciting fight. This could be a trap fight for Raynon Barao. I'm not sleeping on Eddie Wineland. Normally, I'm like, it's Raynon Barao. He's going to win this. But I don't know. I like Eddie Wineland's skill set. I was watching some Eddie Wineland fights, pretty much just mostly his UFC stuff, and I was like, you know, this kid could actually have a shot.
My issue with Wineland is I think he relies on speed too much. That's a good thing. He's very quick. He has great footwork. You know, his right hand's fast, whether he uses as a jab or an uppercut. But I just don't like how he always keeps his hands down. Man. I just feel like he's gonna get knocked out. You know?
Oh, come on! This is Raynon Barao. He fights just like Jose Aldo. If he's gonna fight like Jose Aldo did against a Korean Zombie, because they copy each other's game plans. Look at their fights. They copy each other's game plans. I mean, Raynon Barao is not gonna be too aggressive because he's gonna know because Eddie Wineland, I think why he fights with his hands down, he tries to bait the opponent to outstretch their arms so he can try to go in for a counter.
That is a good point, but I just feel like he takes too much punishment. And Baral's very athletic. I'm not saying he's this dynamic striker. In a way he is, but he doesn't have really knockout power. If he's going to probably finish the fight, it would have to be a submission. But I just don't give Wineland much of a chance. I just think Baral is much better all around.
Oh yeah, Baral's a better overall fighter, but I'm not sleeping too much on Eddie Wineland like I normally would have.
And also another thing, I think he's kind of predictable in a way. He doesn't use a lot of kicks. He's just boxing with him. And I know he's a wrestler, but I don't know. He's kind of gone away from that recently.
What Wineland needs to do is make sure Baral is not on top of him at any moment of this fight, because Baral on top of you is a bad situation, because he is one of the most smoothest transition fighters I've ever seen on the ground. Okay, he's so smooth in his transitions. He knows how to throw the punches in the correct spot. He looks comfortable on the ground. Even on his back, he looks comfortable. He's just a scary submission artist. But the thing is with Wineland, I'm just saying this, he's just a lesser version to me of Dominic Cruz. Because Dominic Cruz against Dominic Cruz, he doesn't throw that much kicks, but he has that speed and that quickness with his hands like Wineland does. So that's why I'm kind of high on Eddie Wineland. But if he was as big as Dominic Cruz is, then he would actually have a better chance. But I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, no, I think he's a very exciting fighter, though, Wineland. I think he has a lot to offer in a division that, doesn't have many top contenders. But I just think Baral, I could see him holding the title for a few years now. Like, I kind of would put him over Cruz right now. I know Cruz isn't for in a few years, but I'm just really impressed by Baral. Just his skill set all around. But then again, I'd like to see him fight McDonald again, because I thought McDonald gave him a really good fight.
McDonald needs to fight Mr. Uriah Faber first, and then Faber's going to be like, nah, Dana, I ain't going to fight that dude again. Come on. Uriah Faber can say in the post-fight, I'll fight anyone, bro. But knowing Uriah Faber, he's probably like, I'm not going to fight Baral again. He uses too much kicks to the legs. I don't like that.
What is he, Nick Diaz?
Yeah. He doesn't pull. California people are kind of like, they're kind of pussies in a way. I would say that. California fighters, I mean, come on. They think it's unfair. Because like when you're from California, you expect shit to come to you.
Like Uriah Faber and the title shots?
Yeah, exactly. He expects title shots to just come for him. He doesn't need to demand or say I earned it. He just expects it.
Well, I got Baral. I'm gonna go Baral.
Yeah, I'm going with Baral. I'm saying fourth round submission, and I'll go triangle choke.
I'm actually gonna go second round. He's gonna make a statement here. I know I'm pushed a little, but I'm gonna go second round Kimura.
Ooh, the Kimura.
He's gonna get that top position.
It'll be perfect here in Toronto, paying homage to Christoph. Goddamn, I forgot his last name. Stroritsky, the Kimura master.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I'm just looking. We're gonna get to the main event now, but like I said, this issue with this card, I'm just looking at. It's just kind of predictable. Like other than the Healy Nurmagomedov fight and maybe Shaw, Mitrione, I'm expecting the other three fights to end in a convincing fashion.
Yeah, exactly. And now we get on to the main event: Jon Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson. Okay, look, Gustafsson is only getting this fucking fight just so that way they can promote it. Is Jon Jones going to fall to the championship curse? Because, yes, the light heavyweight title has not been defended more than 5 times. I'm pretty sure Tito Ortiz is rooting for Gustafsson in this fight because he doesn't want his record to be broken. But
what are you talking about? Tito's going to make a run in this fight. Him and Bully Ray.
Oh, yeah, him and Bully Ray. I forgot. TNA Impact is getting revenge. They want
Could you imagine that? Just picture Dana in the court just flipping out. And then Randy Couture comes out.
And then Randy Couture comes out with a mask. He was like, it was me all along, Dana. Fuck you, Randy.
Destroy everything.
But I don't see how Jon Jones is going to lose this fight. Because Gustafsson, I'm sorry, I'm not impressed with him. I'm just not impressed with this guy whatsoever. I don't see anything that makes me say, oh my god, this guy, like, yeah, does he have potential to be good down the line? Absolutely. But right now, Like, the dude is just not impressive to me. I mean, yeah, he beat Shogun, but look, Shogun's been losing to fucking everybody as of late, so I don't really count that as a win anymore. Like, if Shogun came back against Chael and defeated Chael, like, soundly, cleanly, like, oh my god, Shogun Rua is back, I would have been like, okay, maybe Gustafsson is legit. But right now, I just don't find him legit enough to be facing a guy like John Jones, who's defeated guys like Rashad, Rampage, Shogun, Lyoto. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't take this dude as seriously as John Jones. John Jones, he's not like Anderson Silva. He's not going to come in there and dance around the opponent. He's not like Benson Henderson, who's going to, jump into a wide open triangle choke. He's smart. He trains with Greg Jackson. Come on. He's a smart dude. I don't see John Jones losing this fight.
I'm just interested to see how Jones comes out on this fight because I'm actually expecting him to go for a double leg takedowns like for the first few bits. Mm-hmm. I'm expecting him to take to test his takedown defense because I don't know Gustafsson. I just don't feel like he's been tested recently. I look at his fights with Thiago Silva, the janitor Matvisenko. It's like, first off, he hasn't been very active, and I'm still upset that he didn't fight Mousasi because I thought Mousasi was going to give him a good challenge. I actually had Mousasi win that fight too.
I also thought because even in Thiago Silva fight, I wasn't impressed with him. I said, "Wow, Thiago Silva could actually steal this one if he has a good couple rounds left in him." And he didn't. He had that third round, but other than that, I wasn't impressed with Gustafsson at all.
He just uses his jab. He uses he's very diverse, which I always appreciate him for. But I just don't think he has that killer instinct, Gustafsson. And I'm not sure about him on the ground because I remember that first round he almost got caught. I think it was a knee bar by Shogun. Did you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jones, he's very good on the ground. People talk about his wrestling and how he's just in your face, but Jones, he's dangerous on the ground. We've seen him submit people before. So
yeah, he did that innovative submission against Ryan Darth Bader. So he's pretty smart on the ground. He's no joke because honestly, one thing that I hope when John Jones wins and the fans are booing, he just absorbs the boos. He doesn't go like, "Oh, why are you guys booing me? I guess it's funny." Like, Jones, just do what Floyd does. Be like, "Yeah, whatever, man. I like to thank God." And Floyd just when Floyd gets booed, like no one understands this. When Mayweather wins a fight and he gets booed, he keeps on going with the speech. He doesn't say, "Yeah, keep booing." He goes, "Yeah, I like to thank God. I like to thank my dad, my mom, my brother, and all this other shit." And then he goes, "Yeah, I'm the best fighter in the world." And he just ignores it. Like, Jones, who cares if you're getting booed? People are going to get booed in this sport. It happens. You're just a controversial figure because, everyone thought you were a good Christian guy. And then Rashad was saying, "Oh, you're not dissed. You're such a poser." And Rashad kind of was right in this situation. Like, you were a poser. I mean, all of a sudden you're in this Bud Light commercial, drink responsibly, and you weren't drinking responsibly, Mr. Jones. You were kind of crashing Bentleys into poles. So.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because I'm not sure. Like John Jones, he's like his identity is so weird. Like I just seeing the crowd when I was at that press conference, and I guess he gets some reaction. Like some people like him, but right now he's just the ultimate enigma. I don't know how to judge Jones right now. Maybe Toronto would cheer for him because don't forget Gus. He doesn't have much of a following.
No, because when they were doing the ticket sale press conference, he got booed out of the building there.
Wow, really? So,
no, yeah, because John Jones, because John Jones was just because they had a bunch of Canadian fans and stuff like that, and later on they were like boo when they announced his name. He's like, "Thanks for the love, guys." Like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah. Well, I just think in this fight, Gustafsson, if he could keep the fight staying, that would obviously benefit him. But at the end of the day, I don't think Jones, he's going to see that jab, and Jones Watson's going to shoot for a double right away. I just think even though Gustafsson's well-rounded, Jones is even more rounded. He's just so diverse. You probably get him against the cage, and then we'll see spank back fists all throughout the damn fight.
Yeah, honestly, I think he probably called up Phil Davis and was like, "Hey, Phil, what'd you do against this idiot?" And Phil Davis was like, "Oh, well, pretty much I just took him down." And then later on, was like, "Thanks, Phil. No problem, buddy. Can't wait to face you." Yeah, good joke. And then later on, they just hand up the phone.
Well, I got Jones second round. I'm going to go with TKO. I'm not sure. I know Gustafsson's submission defense is questionable. I just think Jones is going to pound them and pound them.
I see this how it goes. They start standing up. Nothing happens for a little bit. Gustafsson goes for like some stupid kick. Jones catches him, takes him down, gets into a transition, mounts him, and then does his fucking elbows to the face in the first round. And then Gustafsson goes back to just being irrelevant and main eventing Sweden cards.
Sounds about right. The only issue is if he throws elbows, man, you think Matt Hamlin's going to get upset?
No, he's fine.
But that sounds about right. Yeah, I actually, even though I think Jones is going to come out looking for a takedown, I could see a feeling out process just because I think Jones might want to toy with them a little bit just to see what Gustafsson is doing. Because I don't think Gustafsson's going to come out aggressive at all. I think he's just going to wait.
Oh, no. Gustafsson's going to wait. Because like his trainers are probably going to be like, all right, he's going to try some spinning shit. So don't try to go after him. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see one like spinning kick by John Jones, and the fans are going to go, oh, that was cool. And then afterwards, they just feel it out, and then Gustafsson tries to go on an attack because he feels like he sees an opening, but Jones is just going to be like, good LOL, you played into my hand, and just take him down and dominate from there.
I just think for Jones, nobody's gonna like truly challenge him until Cormier fights him.
Yeah, until Teddy Bear Cormier fights him, or I think Rashad.
We'll talk about Glover, but I just think the issue with these light heavyweights is that they can't match Jones's cardio. Like, I noticed in some Gustafsson's fight, mainly the Thiago Silva fights, like he kind of gasses out a little bit.
Yeah, like I said,
it goes 5 rounds.
Yeah, like Leo Machida. Leo Machida's kind of pudgy. Gustafsson, I always see that dude. He always looks like so pudgy, man. Like he doesn't even look like he's serious for this fight or something. That's just me.
It's a unique fight in a way, but I don't see how Gustafsson could not only pull up the upset, but even like rock Jones at one point, like do what Machida did. Like I can't see him hitting like a hook or a crazy uppercut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if it does happen, we'll sound like idiots, but you know what? Who cares? We're just looking at paper stats right here, and on paper, John Jones is a better fighter.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to go over some of the past fights? I know it's been a little while, but
yeah,
we got action.
We had Jacare humiliate Yushin Okami, which I laughed at, and Jacare is so fucking scary right now because finishing Yushin Okami, that right there is amazing to me. That right there.
He just did it so handedly. Like Okami was just backing corner. Usually you see Okami, clinching with somebody in a corner and holding him down. Jacare was just being the alpha male here. He was just like, you're not gonna clinch with me. We're gonna make this striking match. I'm gonna pound you out. It's gonna be over fast.
Yeah, Jacare.
He the pace.
He just looks scary. I mean, yeah, I know that Yushin Okami, he's not really the most scariest fighter. His chin's no longer there anymore, but still, like, I didn't expect Jacare to submit, to knock out Okami in the first round. I thought, if anything, submission in the third. But, oh my God, he just looked scary in that fight. And then Benavidez, he beat that midget that I don't even remember the name of.
Formiga.
Yeah, Formiga. And that
he's just totally turned up his striking. I know the competition at flyweight isn't good, but you just see how crisp he is now. He's not as wild as he is anymore. Like, I remember that Demetrius Johnson fight. He was kind of wild. Like, I was a little disappointed. Like, obviously, he's going to have great cardio. He's going to go – he's a decent wrestler. I don't think he's that great, but, I think it's a little overstated, but he's very well around Benavidez. But his striking was kind of sloppy before Dwayne Ludwig, came to the camp.
Yeah, Dwayne Ludwig telling them to smoke that marijuana and telling the kids what to do, eat their baby food and shit. Like pretty much, he has a bunch of kids at his gym. I mean, does he have anyone over 155 pounds?
No, I don't think so. Dude, they go to Chuck E. Cheese, man.
Yeah,
they fights, they go to Chuck E. Cheese and they get the pizza.
Triple THS reference there. I like it.
That's to him, by the way.
Yeah, everyone should watch Tommy Tohold show. It's a great show.
He's the man. But yeah, I think I like to see Benavidez fight Johnson again.
Benavidez Johnson.
Competitive that fight compared to when Johnson beat
Moraga.
Wow, I can't I'm blanking out right
Moraga,
now.
John Moraga was his name again?
Yeah, that was mostly one side. I know Moraga rocked him pretty good in the fourth round. That was just a clean shot right in the nose. But, Johnson, he won that fight pretty handily. And then main event, I know some people are like, oh, Glover, he looked kind of disappointed because Bader rocked him at one point. That could be true, but I think the issue with Glover, like,
He
I
can
just
take a
think he's
punch.
very slow.
But he can take a punch, but yeah, he is slow as hell. I don't know how he's gonna handle John Jones. A flying knee to the face by John Jones. Like John Jones is really fast. Like a lot of people don't realize this. John Jones is a fast dude. This guy ain't no like slow 205 or I mean he's fast as hell. So it's just like I don't know how Glover Teixeira like Glover is like Chuck Liddell 2.0 to me. He fights just like Liddell does. I understand he trains with Liddell, and Liddell loves this kid, but he fights too much like Chuck Liddell. I mean, if this was like 2007 MMA, I'd be like, oh, that Glover kid, next champion. But this is 2013 MMA. Chuck Liddell fighting style ain't gonna work in 2013 MMA. I mean, Glover though I'd say has a better chance at beating Jones than Gustafsson.
Yeah, because he has the knockout power, and he could possibly get that shocking win. But I think if it goes to even the second round, let alone the third round, I'm just worried about his cardio because Glover he's slow, and then he tends to slow down if he's not connecting on his punches. So
and not only that, I also feel like Glover, he's one of the few Brazilian jiu-jitsu guys that can actually use jiu-jitsu in a fight.
Yeah, I definitely don't see Jones submitting him. I think Jones beats him. It's just going to be like constant pressure, and it's going to be a stoppage.
Yeah, because Glover also has some solid wrestling. That's another thing I gotta say. He has some solid wrestling. He does have a chance of beating Jones. And I'm not like saying, oh, Jones is going to destroy him, but this would kind of be like the Rashad fight. Like it goes 5 rounds, and it was like very ticky tacky. It's still a good fight, but all the casual fans are going to be like, that fight sucked. No, I was so pissed off seeing all these people like that I know that were like, "Oh, Rashad Jones sucked." They were so ticky tacky. I was like,
that was fun.
I like that fight. I mean, the first 2 rounds were exciting as hell. The third, fourth, and fifth round were just like, okay, this guy has been training with John Jones for how many fucking years? Of course, he's gonna know what the fuck John Jones is gonna do. He's not an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The issue is the difference is I think Rashad gets stronger as the fight goes on. Like I think he starts feeling it while Glover. I don't know. I'm just worried about his cardio because you saw in the Rampage fight and you saw a little even the Bader fight. I thought he was slowing down at one point, and and speed just. Jones compared him to Rampage. I don't know about that. Would you compare him to Rampage? I don't think.
No, Glover compared to Rampage, no, because Rampage 2013, no. Rampage maybe 2005, kind of in a way. I would say 2005 Rampage, not 2013 Rampage.
Oh Jesus, no.
Or technically 2012. Wait, did Rampage even fight in 2013? I'm drawing a blank there. Oh, he fought on the Japan card, right? Against Glover?
Well, 2012 he fought Bader on Japan card, yeah.
Yeah, so
he showed up like 7 pounds overweight.
Yeah, hey, he needs his fucking ice cream. Don't you hate on Rampage and his ice cream?
Yo, dog. Where my Asian women at?
Yeah, how dare you hate on Rampage Jackson and his ice cream and Asian women, Alan? That's going to lead him to the victory.
My apologies.
That's going to lead him to the victory over Tito Ortiz and the greatest card ever made.
You know what's funny, and people forget about this? After the Glover fight, Rampage admitted that he doesn't think he could fight against top competition anymore. He feels like he's kind of done in a way. And now he's on a main event of a pay-per-view. How are we supposed to buy this? He just said he doesn't think he can fight with the best anymore.
Hey, it's Bellator. The best is there, Alan. Don't you see the rich talent in that light heavyweight division?
Oh man, my boy, the janitor won last night. He beat the great Houston Alexander.
Yes. Oh wait, on Bellator?
Yeah, Machusenko beat Houston Alexander.
My god, dude!
Sick fashion, decision victory.
Oh my god! If this was 2007, I would be all over that fight.
Who could fret that? That classic between Houston Alexander and Kimbo Slips.
Wait, oh god, that was the funniest fight I've ever seen. The only highlight was like what that suplex Kimbo did.
Yeah.
I seriously thought Houston Alexander was paid off to lose that fight.
Dude, I kind of miss Kimbo in a way. I know, he shouldn't be in the UFC, but like, I'll never forget that Mitch Jerome fight. Mitch Jerome was literally smiling that whole fight. I'm like, dude, this is out of hand.
I don't like Kimbo just because I think he's a good He's good TV. I think Kimball's good TV to have.
Paul Heyman said they should have done Brock against Kimball Slice just like that. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it wouldn't even matter. Yeah, who gives a shit what they're ranked? You know how many pay-per-view buys that's just gonna get?
Dude, that would be crazy, man.
I mean, you have Brock Lesnar, who's the top draw of UFC of all time, and then you have Kimball Slice, who pretty much everyone that's like anyone that's a casual person knows who the fuck Kimball Slice is. I mean, his name is fucking Kimball, for fuck's sakes. How do you not know who the hell he is?
Honestly, I think that fight would go 45 seconds.
Oh yeah, and people
would just take him out and hammer fist.
Hammer fist to the nose that don't even look like they're punishing him.
It could, and the ref would just be like, all right, Kimbo, you've eaten 30 shots. I'm going to have to call right now.
Or Brock knocks him out with one punch.
Do you imagine it hits him in the ear like he did to good old Randy? Well, we got, obviously, I know it's kind of old news way, but man, Pettis submitting Benson. Who would have thunk it?
I didn't think he was going to submit him. I was surprised by that whole fight. Benson looked like fucking ass that whole fight. Pettis had the hometown. He had everything around him. I thought the funniest thing, though, after the fight where he was all like, hey, my water! Jose, give me my water! He was like screaming at his little brother to get him the water. But Pettis looked very impressive. He called out Aldo. You have Mr. TJ Grant, who's still waiting for his title shot. You got a lot of things that you can do with Anthony Pettis.
Yeah. But what was also another thing was, you see those body shots he was getting Henderson? I thought that was the start. I was like, Benson, why aren't you defending those? And I think he connected on those for those body kicks. It was similar to the Cerrone fight. But then, the issue with Pettis, we talked about this before, if there's anything, is, he throws that, I forget what it's called, but he threw that kick, and we said it, man, he was going to get caught at one point, Pettis. Benson was going to catch him and get top position, but props to Pettis for getting out of it.
Yeah, but the problem was with Benson, he got into the top position, but he never made a transition. He just kind of stayed there. It was like he had his head out there saying, hey, man, you could either armbar me or triangle me. Pick your poison. He just kind of laid there. It was like Chael during the Anderson fight, the first one, where Chael was so fucking tired after like beating up Anderson for like 4 full rounds. He was so tired. He was just like, fuck my positioning. Like, his positioning was terrible. Like, I understand you got to be afraid of Pettis on the ground, but come on, man, make some transition so that way your head's not just in between his legs the whole time. Like, he just gave that up to him easy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's another issue was, I wasn't surprised by Benson. He was clinching early on. He was going for a takedown. And Pettis, once again, showing that improved takedown defense. Props to him. He learned from that Clay Guida fight. But,
your favorite?
It's weird. I didn't know it was going to end. Like, you got him in the arm bar, and then he just reacted. I was just like, huh? But
yeah.
He was trapped. He had nowhere to go. Like, I thought maybe he could roll. Like, I thought Benson was going to roll somewhere and get at it. But, wow, unbelievable.
Benson Henderson got caught with the lightweight title curse. You can't defend that belt more than 3 times. Come on.
Yeah, man, bro. And,
now Benson, he has no reason to fight Pettis again. I mean, first of all, first time he got embarrassed by a kick off the wall. Now he got embarrassed by a damn armbar. That should have never ever happened.
True. If he wants to get a rematch, it would have to he would have to win his next at least 2 fights, probably 3 fights, and they would have to look impressive. Like, I think Benson, he kind of needs to start finishing guys. He needs to get that killer instinct.
Yeah, but before we get on to your least favorite fight, the fight that made you angry, because it made me angry too. How about we talk about our favorite here, Clay Guida getting knocked out by Chad Money Mendez?
Wow. You predicted submission, right?
Yeah, I predicted the submission win. I predicted the submission.
I said decision because I thought Guida's chin was, untouchable. Not untouchable, unbreakable should be the word. But, dude, it was just funny. Because Guida standing up, it's like watching an 8-year-old punch, man. It's really sad. Like, he would just hit air all the time. It was kind of like the Henderson-Machida fight, but at least, Mendes, he was starting to connect. And it's just really fun to watch Mendes. Like, you see those takedowns and how well he transitions. Like, you see how quick he gets the back now. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly. Mendes... I thought it was funny. Who was at the press conference? Pettis. It was Pettis. Like, oh, are you ready to fight Aldo and stuff like that? And then Mendes is like, hey, I call first dibs at the press conference. I thought that was so funny. He was like trying to say like, hey, I'm still here, bro.
that was a nasty hook, man. He just got it right on, hit him right where he needed to. And when Guillaume went down, I was like, wow.
I was shocked because I was like, because Chad Mendes is good, but I never, he has power in his hands, but not knockout power. But I was just surprised that he was
He's
able.
very well diverse. That's the thing now. Ludwig really changed him up, and he was just in complete control. He was dodging all Vita's wild punches. He was trying to go for takedowns. Like, there was not 1 second to fight where I felt Chad Mendes was threatened.
Yeah, same here. Now we get to talk about the most weirdest fight I've ever seen in a while between Barnett and Mir. Oh God.
Now, obviously, very controversial finish, and I understand the point of people saying, "Look, Barnett was going to win like 5 seconds later or whatever," but you gotta look at the back history of this. We've seen Frank Mir take beatings before.
Yeah, and also let's not forget, like a week before, no, not even a week, the Wednesday before the show or something, Travis Brownie was getting his ass kicked by Overeem. Overeem was about.
You're thinking that was actually 2 weeks ago. The Wednesday was a Conor Cameron, but
okay, but even then, Condon was getting his ass kicked and he came back just fine. Well, not getting his ass kicked like Brownie.
Cameron was taking a beating. I thought it was gonna be finished third round, but another thing I heard from the story, this Mir's manager said that the ref came in, Rob Hines, who I have no idea who he is, but he came into locker room, says, he's like, fight to the end. He's like, I'm gonna let it go. I'm like, how did he just let it go? At the end of the day, I want to see at least 3 punches. I do worry about fighters' safety, but at the end of the day, these are fighters, and every fight counts, and that was a huge fight for Mir. Now be one loss away from potentially even getting cut at this point. But
he will get cut because he's facing me. I already pictured the fight in my head. I'm gonna knee him in the gut, maybe get one illegal knee in. I got all the horses fed. I'm about to eat them, and that will be the end of Mr. Frank Mir's career. See you on UFC tonight.
But hey, props to Josh Barnett though. Like he did exactly what Cormier did. He got him against that Mir's weakness. He got him engaged, clinched him, and he just manhandled him. Barnett, he used his strength, but I thought it was a little weird. Like at first, I was happy that in a way Mir was kind of toned down, but then I'm like, wait, he's only 248. Like, and while Barnett, he was close to 260. I'm like, man, and Barnett's a wrestler. Like when Barnett was manhandling him, I was like, oh, maybe Frank should have bulked up more.
Yeah, exactly. But he's lucky that he's gonna face Overeem next because Overeem just seems to like
I think Overeem's gonna win that, and then, I know it's a shaky pick, but right now everyone knows the secret up there. You got him against the cage.
But do you think Overeem's gonna do that strategy?
What do you think? Overeem's gonna go for a guillotine and look like an idiot?
No, I think Overeem is just gonna walk in front of him like he has done in his last 2 fights. Do nothing.
Yeah, people rip on Mir striking. Look, Mir, he's very, very slow in striking, but the guy's got power. Like he could land a nasty left hook, and Overeem's glass chin could go bye-bye. And next thing we know, Overeem will be fighting for glory in 2014. But that fight's weird when it comes down to it. But I just think, though, props to Josh Barnett. Like I thought for sure, everyone knows he's very arrogant in the way, Barnett. I thought for sure he was going to take Mir to the ground, but he's like, screw this. I'm going to bully him. I'm going to get him against the cage. I'm going to do whatever I want, and that's what he did. So props to him, and I love to see Barnett fight Verdum next.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting fight, him versus Fabricio. But I don't know, will Verdum be like, no, Dana, I don't want to fight because I got title shot.
You're fascinated by that fight, man. You're fascinated by Overeem, man.
Yeah, no, Overeem's Dutch. I'm Dutch. I got to support my boy, even though he doesn't do shit anymore. Because
Frank Mir's your boy too.
Yeah, I like Frank Mir, but the Dutch blood the stuff Overeem does in the Netherlands overcomes Frank Mir and his Harley Davidson accident.
That's true.
Because
but it was just weird. Like they were both clinching. I was like, wow, these guys are going at it first 20 seconds. Screw the feeling out process. You saw that, right? They were just going at it.
They were just like, fuck it, man. We're old school at UFC. Josh Barnett was pretty funny, and he actually worked on his promos because he's like, hey, man, when I came in this business, dude, we had nothing like all this pyrotechnic shit. So I was like, oh my god.
He's like, fighters now fight for the money. Back in the day, we fought for glory.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the way how he takes down Rogan before the interview. It was funny, but no, like I said, props to him. But at the end of the day, I just thought the finish was just in such a big fight, a co-main event, a fight that didn't have title implications in the way, but it was a huge fight, especially for Mir. It's like you gotta let that go. And we've seen Mir before. He's came back from adversity. The big knock fight obviously comes to mind, but it was just odd, and just it's seeing that and then watching his fight with Shane Carwin where like Dan Migliano literally let that go. Like I don't know how. Like I think Shane Carwin had hit him at least 27 times. Like just unbelievable amount of punch. And now we just see one knee and it's over. It's like really?
Yeah, exactly. I think what the referee probably saw, like he just saw when Mir's head just kind of, not gut stepped back a little bit. He just was like, "Oh shit, fight's over, bro." Yeah, like that's what the referee was probably seeing. Because like when you just see the eyes roll back a little bit, that's when refs are like, "Oh shit." That dude was definitely a boxing ref, and that was his first time ever probably doing a big time MMA event like that.
Uh,
He probably was, dude, because in boxing, once you see that.
Why is he in a co-main event then? Damn it!
It's not up to Dana White. It's up to the Nevada State Commission.
I know it's the Nevada Commission, and Dana flipped out about that. I'm just saying the stupid commission. It's like, come on, man.
They're dumb. They need to change shit up in MMA. In my personal if anything, I swear to God, MMA won't die because of some bad fight. It will die because of the Nevada State Commission not addressing any needs.
Stupid Keith Kaiser.
Exactly. They need to fix that shit and pronto. But have you been keeping up with the Ultimate Fighter?
I gotta watch the second episode. I know I gotta watch it tonight. I did watch the first one, but quick, I want to talk about the Conor Cameron fight and
okay.
Boy, Cameron, man, what a chin! Jesus, he took a beating.
The first round he looked pretty good. He was like, "I found your weakness, Condit," and then Condit's like, "LOL, I'm back." And
LOL, I got way more cardio than you. I don't guess out.
Yeah, exactly. Catman was just tired after that first round. After that first round, it was just like, a couple more takedowns, and then afterwards, Condit's like, "Okay, who cares? Gives a shit? I'm gonna knock you out."
I'm just surprised that Cameron, like I thought he would exchange more. Like I thought he was ready to use his knees, use his Muay Thai. It's like I know you want to take on Condit's weak point, but just kind of not silly, but it's just kind of like.
First watch here in Bacon, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Sorry about that. My little brother had to interrupt me. But what were you saying about Catman? Like
I'm saying Cameron, it's just you gotta. He has knockout power. He's very diverse. He has his knees. You can look. I wouldn't say his boxing's that great, but the guy's proven he can knock people out. Just like why become such a full wrestler? Why he's constantly pressured because he was going to gas out. Right?
I guess because he was just thinking that maybe that Condit would get gassed out from him smothering him all much.
Oh man, that's just a terrible game plan. Like I think even Dana tweeted, it's like why make a guy that's had quite the career of being a striker, make him into a wrestler? It was kind of odd, but
I think they were just thinking that it would be a easy, like, hey, just smother him. He can't handle the smothering. But it's not like Catman's been known as this like elite fucking wrestler throughout all his career. I mean, he has wrestling background, but he's not elite.
This guy, he's just all well rounded. But then you don't want to get into a striking match with Conor. It's obvious, but I just think at the end of the day, Cameron, he should have been more diverse and. You should know it's a 5-round fight, not a 3-round fight. If it was a 3-round fight, I can understand, going for all out for a takedown. And he did. He was successful. But when it's 5 rounds, man, it's just like, you got to know who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, he just like you said, he didn't even look like he prepared his striking to like go with Condit. He kind of was just like backing up, like saying, "Oh no, I don't want to fight you, bro. Let's take it to the ground." Like he was doing a great impression of GSP.
Exactly. But
I just want to know how come Martin Catman never has hair?
That's a good question.
Because he never has hair. Like okay, like this guy's not old as hell. What like does he shave it like every day? Because I'm someone that likes to have a shaved head, but why in the blue fuck do you never have hair? Like
I don't know. Does Don Cerrone ever really have hair?
He used to have hair back in WC days.
Oh yeah, that's true. The reason I bring it up, man, I was so disappointed. Like that, not even the first one. I thought the first round, it's like there was no urgency with Cerrone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest here. That Cerrone fight, I literally was my eyes were like certain fights. I don't know why. And Jake Shields, Damian Maya will be the perfect thing because I've been having sleeping problems as of late. But that fight's going to put me right to sleep and go to bed, and not even worry who won that fight. But Cerrone, it was just like my eyes were just drooping. I just didn't care. I was
Does he
just
not like the box? Like, I wouldn't know how many punches he threw that fight. Because I swear, you were just going for body kicks and leg kicks. Like, you need a knockout. So what are you doing?
yeah. He pulled a Tim Kennedy, as I would like to say.
But it was just an odd game plan. And I know Dos Anjos rocked him in the first round, but he's another fighter. Just like I don't see him ever really contending for a title.
Oh no, me neither.
Maybe we gotta see more of him, but he just seems like just a run in the mill guy. Where he'll get some impressive wins and he's very good on the ground. But at the end of the day, I can't see him being top level competition.
Yeah, same here. I'm with you on Rafael Dos Anjos. He's just not an impressive dude to me. He's kind of like boring. Who cares? Like
He had a nice hook. Don't get me wrong, but the rest of the fight, it was just like he was kind of wild, and I don't know if it was lack of patience, but like I just think he's kind of content with the decisions.
same here. I feel like he's just like saying, hey, you know what? If I keep this going decision route, maybe one day I'll pull a random title shot due to like all these injuries happening. Because the lightweight division has been getting injury bugs.
Yeah, that is true, man. One last guy I gotta talk about is Kevin Gustafsson. Man, welterweight might have another beast.
Yeah, that guy's impressive. I mean, he's only 21 years old. That motherfucker's only 21 years old.
He hit that uppercut, and I was like, oh wow! And then you see that smooth transition, dude. He just took Malcolm's back in like an instant.
Like this Malcolm fight, I just said to myself, okay, this Malcolm kid, he's good, but Gastling, I want to see more from him. Like I've heard too much about this kid already. I want to see more from Gastling. Like, yeah, I know he won the Ultimate Fighter, but really, to be honest, that fight with Uriah Hall, it was boring as hell. To me, it was boring as hell. It was like a terrible fight. I want to see what this kid can do. And then when I heard he was moving to welterweight, I actually said, hey, that's like the smartest move because that's what happens in the Ultimate Fighter. People don't realize the only reason why certain people try out for those weights is because Dana White sets up the show, and that's how the weights go. Like, people will be put into those weight classes because they're forced to. That's the only weight they can fight for on the show. Like, I'm guaranteeing you, on this season of the Ultimate Fighter, half those motherfuckers are not even fucking going to be bantamweights at the end of this all. They're going to be featherweights, lightweights, or flyweights.
Yeah, they need flyweights to watch. Some of them a little flyweight, knowing that, hey, man can win a title here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So, in all honesty, that's just how it is. It's just like, he had to move down to welterweight, and he looked good at welterweight, man. He looked really good.
I'm just surprised he made a weight cut because he just seems like a big guy, Like, I'd like to see him fight just a massive welterweight fight. Name Marquardt.
Oh, Nate the Great.
Like, how cool that fight would be. Just two massive welterweights just going at it. I know it's kind of above his competition right now. Like, I think they want to go slowly with Gustafsson, but
yeah, because he's only 21 years old. Like, this dude is like a great young prospect for the UFC. Like fuck, I'm turning 21. I'm not in the UFC. Like, this guy is like in the UFC, like making the high life after winning like one of the biggest reality TV shows that they have on TV networks. So honestly,
being put on main cards, he's on Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, but hey, if you're going to be put on, the Fox cards are great ways because look at all these look at all the fighters that have been built up through the fight night process. Khan is definitely 100% one of them. John Jones was one of them. I mean,
Chris Weidman.
Yeah, Chris Weidman got put up there.
But they said Chris Lieben. Wait, did you say Chris Lieben?
No, I said Chris Weiner, as Anderson Silva says.
I thought you were saying our boy Chris Lieben.
Oh no, Chris Lieben was built up from there. He was built up on the fight nights, pretty much.
I'm trying to think who else. I was gonna say Jake Ellenberger in a way, but
yeah, Ellenberger. He's one of those guys. Rory Mack was always just put on pay-per-views just because he trained with GSP.
That's true.
I'm trying to think of.
Rory, I want to just talk a little about the fight night card. I know Maya Shields is dull, but obviously we're not gonna really make a full preview of this. But you want to go through some of the quick fights?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Eric Silva is going to disappoint, and he's going to lose to the Don.
You really think so, man? Honestly, I could see Dong Kim just overpowering him and just taking him down, holding him down. Kind of like I could see this fight kind of being like Eric Silva's John Fitch.
Probably, maybe.
I have a lot of high hopes for Eric Silva, man, but For some reason, I do think that he might go down to 155. I think Silva might be a little too light for this conference.
Rafael Sancho will beat TJ Dillashaw for me. Fabio Maldonado.
Team Alpha Man is going 13-1.
Yes, TJ Dillashaw will be the only blemish.
Oh, I like Assansa. I don't think he gets enough credit from people. Like, I know his striking isn't that great, but God, that guy's an animal on the ground.
Yeah. Fabio Maldonado, I don't even know who the fuck that is, so I'll be dead honest here.
Why Fabio Maldonado go over to share? I have never seen.
Oh, okay. Now I remember that fight. Oh, shit.
Other than Roy Nelson, I've never seen somebody withstand a beating like that. Like, this guy's chin was just, good lord.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go with the. Is he the?
He should be. I know he puts on exciting fights, but he's like the Leonard Garcia of light heavyweights.
Joey Beltran.
Yeah, it's like I know you're an exciting fighter and you'll get knocked out, but there's no upside with him.
Our favorite Matt Hamill. Who's done it? Gone to take on Thiago Silva.
Oh man,
I'm not gonna get in trouble for that. Everyone does Matt Hamill impressions.
Yeah, man. I remember Sean McCorkle. It's like Matt Hamill was asked to take a fight, but he couldn't hear it. Oh, shit.
Exactly. I don't know. Is this going to be Thiago Silva getting his ass kicked the whole time?
Yeah, I can see if this fight goes to the second, I can see Hamill going for takedowns, just grinding him out. But I don't know, Thiago, you never know with him. But
I don't know because Matt Hamill, he is the only man to ever defeat John Jones.
Dude, honestly, he should just say that forever. Like that should just be his calling card. You know, I had no idea Jeremy Stevens was still in the UFC. What's his record? He's also like, I think he's honestly lost like every lightweight.
Let me check Jeremy Stevens' record real quick. He lost to Pettis. He lost to Cerrone. He lost to Yves Edwards.
He lost to freaking Tibu. Whatever you say his name is.
Gleison Tebow?
Was against Marcus Davis. Oh, actually, no, he beat Dos Anjos. Oh, man.
And he's now fighting at featherweight. Maybe this is a career-changing path for him.
Honestly, I don't know much about what's his face, Ronnie Jason.
He's probably Ronnie Jason. He's probably one of those random people that fought on The Ultimate Fighter Brazil or something.
I'm looking at it right now. He fought on that card, but he wasn't on the thing. But I don't know. Like I said, these Brazil cards are kind of shaky. Like they're doing another one in November, but hey, at least we're getting Vitor and Dan Henderson. You know, TRT.
Vitor gonna beat him. Vitor has Jesus, and he has everything that he has. Vitor gonna find his sister, and we're gonna be family again. Vitor don't care. Dan Henderson, you can come in and clinch, but Vitor will just punch you somehow.
You know what's a cool fight? I'm looking at his card now. It's not a lot of stuff, but Brandon Thatcher is Paulo Thiago. I don't know if you know much about Brandon Thatcher. This guy just first round knockout machine, and you know Paulo Thiago. I haven't seen him in a while, but you know he's kind of entertaining.
Yeah. What's the next card we're going to be previewing? 166, Velasquez dos Santos 3.
I'm so pumped for that card, man.
Cormier versus Nelson. Diego Sanchez versus El Nino.
I see a lot of these fights ending in decision.
Yeah, same here. John Dodson. God damn.
Well, he's not on the main card. He's really on the main card.
Yeah, he's on the main card. He's mostly known for just smiling against Dimitri. That dude was smiling during the whole fight when he was fighting Demetrius Johnson.
I don't get how people smile, man. We got Matt Mitrione smiling. John Howard smiled, I think, the entire time in Uriah Hall.
I just find it funny. And you know what was the funniest thing? After the fight, he's like, "Hey, man, thanks for letting me fight you."
Poor Luke Rockhold, man. He was supposed to be a big deal. Like he should be on the main card versus Tim Bosch.
That fight's on the undercard?
Yeah, they have. I don't know how true this is, though. Maybe it'll change, but I think John Dodson, he should be in prelims. I put Rockhold and Bosch.
Yeah, because Luke Rockhold just faced against Vitor, man. Like, come on.
How are you gonna put him on the prelims?
And especially Tim Bosch. Where's my boy?
And then you got Hector Lombard, his name Mark.
I was gonna ask, where's my boy Lombard? Isn't he fighting on this card too?
He's on the prelims, man.
Oh, really? Wow. Because I'm a Lombard fan, so
You got a lot of exciting fights. You got Sarah Kaufman on the prelims. KJ One Dimensional Nunes is on the prelims.
Whoa, what the fuck? So like, is this like 2 UFC cards in one?
Yeah, like these fights, man. Charles Oliveira's on the Facebook card.
What the Facebook? So we're getting like 3 good fight cards, and like you could make. Oh well, the Facebook card was like 2 or 3 fights, or is it 2 this year?
It's 3. Well, it's 3 on this one. So
Oh wow, yeah, you're getting like 1 UFC on Fox card with the Facebook card. Like the UFC on Fox shows always used to show 3 fights. Or no, actually you're getting a Showtime fight card on the Facebook. You're getting a good UFC free on TV card. That's a good prelim card.
We didn't mention Sarah Kaufman was just Guy.
Yeah, that's a good prelim card. That's like probably the best.
Put these fights on. I know. I don't get the UFC sometimes. I know they want to have one Brazilian fighter, represent their country on the Brazil cards, but like, why can't we see some of these fights on the main card on a fight night? At least we'll know the guys. Like, I don't know. That's just me dictating. But no, this is unbelievable, man.
Yeah, that prelim card that actually looks. I tune into the prelims, but I might actually have to focus during the prelims because I tune in, but sometimes the prelim fighters they just come out way too flat.
Yeah, I try to tune in as much as I can. Sometimes I'm traveling, but this time it's like if I really like a few fights, I'll see it. But this one I really want to try to see.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't even mention Gonzaga versus Jordan, which should be interesting.
Oh yeah, Gonzaga's fighting on that card. Yeah, there's 3 heavyweight bouts on this card. I remember now.
I just pray the Lord that Kim Winslow will not be refereeing this fight. when I swear when Gonzaga dropped Pee Wee Herman, I'm like, well, Winslow, what are you doing in here?
Wait, where's my boy? The guy who screamed after Phil Davis poked him in the eye. Do you remember? He was like, "Aah!" He screamed, and he lost to Phil Davis in Brazil.
Wagner Prado.
Yeah, where's Prado at? When's he fighting again?
Look, he might have gotten cut.
Oh no, not Wagner Prado.
He got submitted knee bar by Alcantara, and no, not the guy who beat Faber, different Alcantara, and yeah, then he got released.
Oh no, I love this screaming.
It's crazy, man. He came into the UFC, he fought Phil Davis, he screamed, then he lost by Anaconda choke, then he got knee barred, and now he got the promotion.
Is Phil Davis going to be added to? Wait, isn't Phil Davis fighting someone? Really?
No, I hear he might fight Musasi.
Oh God. Is he fighting him in Brazil so he can just keep on? Because he's like undefeated right now in Brazil.
No, I don't think they mentioned him, or whatever. But I wish they did better with the Brazil cards, man. Look, they got cool main events. Like, look, Hendo Vitor, everyone's gonna enjoy that. But like, it's just you want to put guys that people really like and people can really get behind.
Yeah. But how much do you like Chael versus Rashad?
Oh yeah, we didn't mention that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Because I would love to see a 5-round fight between these guys because these guys both are just cardio machines. But I want to see Rashad knock him out because I want to see that Rashad, the killer instinct Rashad. But
yeah, I'm sick and tired of seeing the 3 highlights that you have of Rashad Evans. Like in every commercial, it's like either the leg kick to
Sean Salmon.
Yeah, the leg kick to Salmon or the knockout to Chuck Liddell. That's the only highlights they show. They don't even show the knee to Tito because they got a bad camera angles on those. On that one,
I'm shocked they don't show the knee to Tito more because they love Tito.
Well, the camera angle's shitty. All you see is like fucking Rashad's ass jiggling.
Jesus. But yeah, I'm hoping we still finish it. That's gonna be a fun fight because I want to see if maybe Chael can submit Rashad. I don't think he can, but I know people are saying, "Oh, wrestler," it's gonna be boring. These guys just go for takedowns. But dude, who knows, man? Every time Chael fights, he just goes right at the guy. And Rashad's gonna go right at him. This would be no feeling out process, which I love because I like feeling out process to an extent, but it should only be in title fights. If it's a 3-round fight, you can't have a feeling out process.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. But I love that Wanderlei said that he couldn't do it in his NWO promo.
Oh yeah, jeez. At this point, man, Wanderlei, he's like retard. He's hard to listen to,
Exactly. Beach. I love how the person that did the video for him, he saved us all the trouble and gave us subtitles.
Dude, this 167 card is unbelievable. We got GSP Hendricks, Evans Chael, Mir versus your boy Overeem, Rory against Bobby Lawler, Koscheck, who I feel like Koscheck hasn't fought in like 2 years. Like it's been forever since.
Yeah, since I've last seen that blonde-haired asshole on the main card.
One of the most underrated heels in the business, man.
Exactly.
He's fighting Tyron Woodley, which I'm expecting. I know they're two wrestlers, but man, I'm expecting them to just throw hands because we know Woodley's pissed off from that Shields lost. And
oh yeah,
you know, Koscheck, he's trying to be a lot like a. He's trying to use his striking more. Like I feel like he's kind of not using his wrestling. I know he tried to do it against Robbie, but I'm just thinking like he's trying to be more of a stand-up guy these days.
Well, Koscheck knows that like to get a title fight, you have to be entertaining.
Oh, he's not getting a title fight though. He got handed by GSP twice.
Well, the thing was with the second GSP fight, when he took down GSP, it was like, okay, now you know how to do it. Why don't you keep doing it?
He couldn't see.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And on the prelims, dude, friggin' Cerrone's fight. I haven't done him on the prelims. That should be interesting.
What? Really? Evan Dunham's still around?
Yeah, I know you don't like Evan Dunham because people hype him up, but I think it's gonna be a nice high-paced fight, right?
Yeah, it is. I just didn't know he was still around.
And other fights right now, it's your second all-time favorite, Nate Diaz, right behind Nick Diaz, is fighting Gray Maynard in the trilogy fight that people forget about.
The fight card trilogies.
Yeah, man, jeez, but that's an interesting fight. I find Nate Diaz right after it was announced he goes after I'm on Pettis.
Hey, man, Gray Maynard ain't can't handle me, man. I'm going to take down Gray Maynard, take him up. Cesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, man. I'm going to fight with Benson Henderson afterwards, and then I want you, Anthony Pettis. You can't handle me, man.
I like how it's 5 rounds, just so we can see Gray Maynard possibly just wrestle him, just keep him on the ground, and just Nate complaining.
Yo, man, all he did was...
on the ground, but dude, with Gray Guts on top of him, I can't see how Nate could transition.
Gray Maynard is seriously still one of the most underrated lightweights. He's still underrated. I mean, people are ever since he lost to Frankie, everyone's like, "Oh, I don't trust Gray Maynard." And I'm like, dude, that guy he's still a threat in that lightweight division. You can't sleep on that guy.
I just want to see him. I want to see him. Everyone talks about his power. I want to see him actually finish Nate here. I think he needs to make a statement here if he wants to, be in title contention again. And Nate, I know he only got knocked out once. It was obviously Josh Thompson, but he's got underrated chin.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's gonna be a fun fight. I know he doesn't seem happy about it, but watch out for that one. And then the other one was announced. Obviously, Mark Clem versus Bigfoot. Could you imagine Mark Clem if he has to go 5 rounds? I think he might collapse.
Dude, him and Bigfoot would just be on the ground by the start of the 3rd round. By the start of the 4th round, Mario Masaki would be like, "Are you guys ready? 4th round, what are you guys doing laying on the ground?"
Dude, I love Mark Clem, man. He's one of my favorite heavyweights of all time. But and I think his cardio has improved a little bit. But at the end of the day, man, when that 3rd round hits, he just stands there and he's just gonna throw haymakers. And I don't know, he's gonna have to finish Bigfoot fast. Hey, Bigfoot has a vulnerable chin. Everyone knows it, but I think Bigfoot, he knows how to use his quickness, and he's one of the quicker heavyweights, I'd say. But I don't know, I feel like Bigfoot, he's sloppy with his striking.
I would agree there. He's not the most well-polished guy. If Bigfoot can take him down and just did what he did to Fedor, then he'll be fine.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if he just keep him grounded and use the ground pound, he's an enigma, man. I just can't figure out Bigfoot. You think one fight he looks amazing, and then, people say Bigfoot's underrated just because, he's been destroyed by Cain Velasquez. But, dude, he got toyed around by Cormier.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just so inconsistent, man. He's just too inconsistent for me.
Then again, Hunt, you still know what to expect from Hunt. He's Mr. Unpredictable. It's you can either finish a guy in a round, or it's going to be a hard-fought struggle, and then eventually you just, probably expect a loss. And the last fight announced was Shogun versus James Tahuna. Do you think they're feeding Shogun here, or do you think Tahuna's actually a legit threat?
Feeding Shogun? Well, I don't know, because Tahuna had
He's dangerous.
He had that decent fight with Glover. So
I don't know if that was decent. You think that was decent? Yeah.
Well, for his standards, for his performance.
I'm saying about Neymar, but
No, for how he performed.
Oh, all right.
For how he performed, decent, but maybe they're just trying to beat Shogun an easy victory because the UFC knows that there's still Pride fans in their basements excited to see Shogun fight.
See, why couldn't they give Frank Mir a goddamn
Speaking of Franks, Frankie Edgar and BJ Penn trilogy. Who's excited for that one?
I'm excited just because I love seeing BJ back in there.
Okay, BJ in the Ultimate Fighter House will be fucking funny. I'll admit that.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see BJ just because he's such a, I don't know, like a nut job and all that. BJ, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he's the ultimate enigma. You have no idea what the hell to expect from him. But yeah, I don't know about the trilogy fight. I don't know about BJ cut to 145.
I want Jose Aldo. Do you want GSP?
170 because I can't watch another BJ Penn beat.
Sean Shirk, you're dead.
I can't watch BJ Penn take another beating. Like, at least here, and hey, he's gonna be in this fight because we all know Frankie Edgar really can't finish anybody anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't have that power. I think that Gray Maynard power was just all luck, pretty much. But, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Sean Shirk, your favorite, Alan. He retired.
Nah, give him 6 months. He'll be on Bellator.
Okay. The needle shark will be back.
Oh,
I call him the needle shark. I always mix up because I know his nickname is a muscle shark, but come on, he's the needle shark. The only thing I'm gonna miss about Sean Shirk was how he always used to jump around.
Yeah, he was a nut job. Like, he always move around. He was always very excited, very animated, but I don't know. I will miss Sean Shirk.
His best fight. If anyone wants to look at Sean Shirk fights, see what he did. Check out his fight with Matt Hughes. That's a great fight. And his fight with Kenny Florian. Those were great fights for him.
Not his fight. I haven't done him. Please don't watch that.
Yeah, no, that was terrible. All right, Alan, do you have any last words to any of these viewing public fans?
It's gonna be next few months is gonna be crazy. This is the month where we're gonna see a lot of title fights. A lot of things are gonna be changing, and Ultimate Fighter, man. I'm somewhat warming up to the season, but I just think there's already too much drama. But we'll see. It's always a lot.
Oh no! At the end of the episode of this one, the fireworks fly.
Really? Yeah. By the way, people are noticing. Do you think Ronda's becoming less popular because people are starting to notice her bitchy ways?
I don't know, because that's an interesting thing, because there has been in Big Brother, people get bitchy on that show and people hate them, but Misha seems cool, calm, and collected on the show, while Ronda, she is totally bitchy on the show. Like, this is not a major spoiler, but in the episode, she was all telling Misha, "Get the fuck out of the gym! It's 6 o'clock! 6 o'clock! Get the fuck out of the gym!" And all that stuff.
She's just kind of I understand she comes from that background, the good old Diaz background, but it's no, but I don't know if you saw this. It was this 20-minute interview. It was her, Misha, and Dana, and she was just being an asshole journalist, and not just because I'm inspiring to be a journalist, but it's just, to fighters who give shit to journalists who actually ask intelligent questions. There's no need for that. Obviously there's dumb questions, but there's no point in bullying 145-pound journalists. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just feel that right now she's just in an angry mood and all this other. She's on her period or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's just me. But yeah, in the next few months, it's gonna be absolutely crazy. I'm gonna definitely keep up with Tough, because I think this could be the best season since Mayhem Bisping, which will forever be my second favorite Ultimate Fighter of all time. Nothing will ever top Rampage or Shot.
Oh no, that season was hilarious. Probably my favorite season was Liddell versus Ortiz, then become Liddell versus Franklin, just because my coach was on that season.
Ah, cool. Yeah, Mayhem and Bisping, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, no, because if you don't remember, Alan, my coach was the guy. I don't know if you remember the season too well, but there was an episode that you should have asked for it, and he was pissed off because Liddell's like, "Why didn't you ask me for the fight?" And then he was like, "Damn it, man!" And he looked, and he had a beer. His name was Henley, Joseph Henley.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's fighting in the MCF right now, Modern Combat Fighting.
Nice.
So I think
that's funny.
Yeah, he's fighting for the Canada. He had a middleweight title fight, and then he shattered his leg during that fight, so he's kind of out of commission for a while. But he's a good guy. He's pretty solid. I don't know if he'll ever make UFC, but
hey, if you don't like World Series of Fight, like I really like that promotion. Like I know they don't have many big time fighters, but I just think it's nice, it's a cool place to fight, and you don't see them pick up many rejects or whatever. They're just looking to build sounds. Like I love what they're doing, Nick Newell.
Yeah, that boxer turned MMA kid. Is that him?
I think it's cool, and
yeah, I can't wait to.
Austin, I think Austin got John Fitch. What happened?
They have John Fitch there?
Yeah, John Fitch. He's there.
Wow.
You don't remember that?
Yeah. Dana was like surprised that he lost the tournament.
Yeah, no, Josh Berkman is the infamous Mazzagatti thing.
Where he just ranted. Yeah. I got confused with what's NBC have? Legacy
That's
Fighting?
What's the fighting, yeah.
No. Oh wait. HG Fight Net's Legacy Fighting.
Oh, Legacy, yeah.
I got confused with those two promotions. Yeah, but they're doing a very good job. I'm liking how like more MMA promotions are showing up, and they're not like just like you said, World Series of Fighting and Legacy's kind of doing the old person route. But I like how these promotions are just coming up and they're doing a good job with they're just doing a good job overall. Like getting the talent that are fun to watch and that you could possibly build around. And we see these guys head to the UFC. Bellator, I just feel Bellator is very shaky at this point.
Yeah, it's like way too many cats. Like, they got Congo, and now he's picked up LeVar Johnson. It's like, calm down, It's like,
Marcus Darkness Johnson, is he going to make an appearance one day?
Oh, jeez. Could very well be. I'm expecting, hey, I got a feeling Koscheck loses. We'll see Koscheck there next year.
Oh, well, I wouldn't doubt it. He'll fight Ben Askren or Ben Asterisk or whatever his fucking name is for the welterweight title.
Oh god, that might be the most boringest fight we'll ever see.
All right, remember guys, be safe. Watch your MMA. Drink responsibly. Don't drive into carpool. Don't drive into lights with your Bentley because that's.
I love your freaking spiritual wisdom.
Exactly. No, these are great spiritual wisdoms. I'm trying to tell people not to drive drunk.
Well, that's the right thing to do. Damn right.
Yeah, exactly. Go if you're in New York like Alan. Go call a cab. I don't know, Alan. Do you ever use cabs?
Yes. No, wow. Way too much actually. They've taken a dent in my bank account.
Oh wow! I never knew this about you. I always just thought you were always walking around the streets of New York because I always hear you getting on Twitter. I always see that you're getting harassed by bums.
Oh, the backstory of that is I go to school in the city, and obviously you can't drive in New York City, otherwise you'll be there for 45 minutes through like a 5-block span. So yeah, I am walking the hard streets of NYC, and yeah, there are way too many bumps.
Okay, because I always thought you just walked everywhere, and I just thought you're some walking man.
No, imagine like some spiritual guy, like a Matt Riddle.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought you walked around listening to your iPod, and that's all you did. I didn't know you used cabs.
No, I use cabs, especially when I go out and stuff. But one last thing, I'm in the city or whatever, and like I noticed for like every UFC pay-per-view, they have like a big billboard about it. I'm like, okay, you got the billboard, but why is it not legal here?
Yeah, exactly. They have it like they have it straight off. Even in the New York, what's it called? Times Square? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Times Square. Yeah.
In Times Square, everywhere, it's like the big video screen. It shows the damn poster, and there's like billboards all around it and stuff like that. Like, how come it's not in New York? I mean, obviously people are attracted to it.
Yeah, I'm hoping 2014.
Do you think there's gonna be some Americans making a trip to Canada to watch this event? Since it's like Toronto's not that far off from America, I don't think.
And where Jones is from, he's from Endicott, New York. He's close. He's like about upstate New York. It's not far from Toronto. It's about like a 4-hour drive to Toronto. I could see some Americans going up there, but you never know. It's not as far. Like the reason I'm not going is just I'm trying to save money because I've got other plans this year to go to other big events. But I think you'll see some East Coasters there. I don't know how to judge the Toronto crowds. They're kind of weird.
Yeah, the judges are weird. Like Toronto, state out. Oh wow, not state, province athletic commission's kind of weird up there. They do some weird things.
And we'll definitely be back a few weeks from now. Obviously, we'll talk about 166.
Kang versus JDS3, the heavyweight trilogy. Probably, I don't know. I don't think haven't been any great heavyweight trilogies in the UFC. So heavyweight wise, this is the best trilogy for the heavyweights.
Sylvia and Arvolsky have like 8 trilogies.
We don't count those. Unless Tank Abbott was involved, then yes.
There we go. Tank Abbott, jeez. I'll never forget, man. That belly. Roy Nelson. Learn from him. Actually, don't learn from him.
No, Tank Abbott was hilarious. When he would look like he was about to win a big tournament, he would just get choked out or something.
What a mess. But anyway, great talking to you again.
Yeah.
Van Dijk can promote, obviously, the Pro Twitter account. Like I always say to people, you talk to me on not on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, I'll warm up to you eventually. Especially if you're NFL, MMA, I said MMA choice, NBA, and obviously also good old pro wrestling.
Good old pro wrestling.
Good old stuff. As long as you don't treat me regularly about TNA.
I might be trading in my Bound for Glory ticket.
Oh, well, shit, we will be doing a wrestling podcast, by the way, soon enough. Maybe next week we'll do it, or 2 weeks from now. But yeah, we got to talk all about that.
Definitely some interesting stuff going on in the TNA Pro Wrestling. All right, guys. Remember, just say what I did earlier. Don't be stupid with alcohol this weekend. I mean,
and enjoy the boxing. Well, people aren't going to hear this, but yeah, I hope you enjoy the boxing tonight.
Yeah, Mayweather. I'm already. This is going to be breaking the fourth wall here. Mayweather won. Just saying. All right. Later, guys.
Schaub wins by decision.
Who? Schaub wins by decision. Oh, you're breaking the fourth wall too?
Yeah, shocker. He's going to win by unanimous decision. And then you're going to see Bob Arum flopping around.
All right. Bob.